Long pickups are a big problem for drivers, especially when the pickup is 20 or so minutes away. It could be 15, 20 miles, and the person is only going a mile down the street and you're getting a minimum ride. But couple that with the possibility of facing an $8 toll, what would you do? Would you decline the ride or would you try taking it? And that's what we're talking about right now. Hey everyone, my name is Chris and welcome to Real Rideshare Stories. And as I was scrolling through Facebook, as I normally look at different stories when it comes to Uber and Lyft pages, I came across one with a long pickup. Now, I'd love to know what you would do in certain situations, especially something like this. Would you take it or would you not, and why? All right, so this is the long pickup right here. As you can see, it's a screenshot and it shows where the driver is in regards to where the passenger is. So they're in San Francisco, have to travel over the Golden Gate Bridge into the area where this particular passenger was in order to start the ride. And for those who are wondering what the time and distance is when it comes to this particular pickup, it was a 13-mile away pickup, which let's just say is probably about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm not entirely sure. I don't drive in San Francisco. I've never been there, so I'm not sure what it is when it comes to traffic or anything like that. If you're in San Francisco and know this area and kind of know that route, hey, comment about how long that would take. So now I want to know, is this a ride that you would have taken? Would you have accepted it and gone and picked the person up no matter what? Would you have canceled it or not accepted it at all? And also, what are your limits on distance of pickup or anything like that? Do you have one? What is it? Comment below, let me know. Now, for me personally, and this is based on me and my driving and also my market and the ins and outs of knowing my market, I don't pick up people who are over 10 minutes away most of the time. There are exceptions to that, and it just depends on where I am, depends on what's going on, events, or if I want to change a scenery or something like that. So there's a lot of different factors that could play into my deciding to take a pickup that might be longer than that. But for the majority of the time, I won't pick up somebody who is over 10 minutes away. Again, that's based for me. That's my habits. That's my thoughts and my market. For you, it's different. That's why I wanted to know, what were your thresholds if you don't want to take somebody over a certain time or distance? What are they? So now let's go back to this particular long pickup that I had showed you earlier. Now let's go to the text message that the driver sent the rider and actually got the driver in a lot of hot water. And as you can see, it says, "I'm your driver, Emmanuel. Too far away. It's unbelievable to see." And then the rider says, "It's just over the bridge. We'd really appreciate the ride." And then the person says, "You're too far away. I would be paying to come drive you." And then the rider says, "Please cancel if you're not coming then." Now, there are a lot of unknowns on why this driver had this rider in queue. So it could have been something where he accidentally accepted it. Maybe he accepted it trying to get a cancellation fee from the rider, which is a big no-no, and I'll talk about that in a moment. Or he could have been rerouted, and the ride could have been rerouted by Lyft itself. So I'm not sure. All I know is that the driver did not want to drive to the pickup location because of the distance. So when this driver had texted the rider, I'm not quite sure what the reason or rationale behind that was, because it could have gone a couple of different ways. First off, it could have been where they wanted the rider to cancel so they could collect the cancellation fee. And if you're doing something like that, that's a huge no-no. Do not do that. If you are a driver who accepted a ride and you don't want to go to the pickup because of the pickup location or too far or whatever it is, do not try and get the rider to cancel to get a cancellation fee because you had no intention of actually going to pick up the rider. Do not do something like that as a driver. That's very unprofessional and not what the system is meant for in any way. So in other words, you should just cancel it yourself and go on with the rest of your shift. Now, on the flip side, though, if the driver was actually trying to clarify the reason, saying, "Whoa, this is way too far of a pickup for me," you got to do a little bit better of a job at clarifying that this is out of the range that I wanted to operate in, or whatever it might be. There could be a lot of different reasons why a driver did not want to go there. And again, if Lyft rerouted the driver to that particular ride, well, then yeah, I get it. And you want to clarify it, but make sure when you do clarify that text message, say, hey, I'm going to cancel this. I'm sorry, but it's too far for me. Please rebook it. And hopefully you'll get somebody who's going to be closer. Either way, that's something where you're going to have to really re-clarify the words that you're saying to your particular rider in the event that you want to cancel because it's too far. And again, you are the one who has to cancel if you are the one who doesn't want to drive that far and you accepted it wrongly or got it rerouted or whatever it was. Do not try to get the rider to cancel on you to try to collect that cancellation fee. All right, so I want to hear, what are your thoughts on this? First, would you have accepted the ride? Would you have gone and taken them? Or would you say, oh, nope, that's beyond my threshold? What is your threshold? And what are your thoughts on the screenshot of that text when it comes to it? And how would you have changed it? Comment below, let me know. All right, that's the end of the video. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified when new videos do drop. And as always, never drink and drive. Always tip your drivers, delivery drivers, and your shoppers. We'll see you in the next one.